Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman. Today we are learning how to play a folk song called The Wild Horses. First I'll play and sing it for you, then, yeah, you guessed it, we're going to learn it. This is the dance of the wild and running horses. This is the dance of the wild and running horses. Stamp on the ground now, tramp on the ground now. This is the dance of the wild and running horses. To get started learning the wild horses, we're going to learn a new pentascale called D minor. Let's come to the piano to find this new pentascale. Here we're looking at our old friend, the D major pentascale. If I want to turn a major pentascale into a minor pentascale, here's what to do. You just find the third note, do, re, mi, here it is, and lower it to the nearest possible note to the left. Another way to say this is that we lowered this note one half step. So now instead of an F sharp, we have an F natural. A natural just means the regular white key. So here we have the D minor pentascale. It's all white keys, or we could say all naturals. The reason we use minor instead of major is for its special sound. Minor to me can sound very sad and lonely, like in Silver Birch Tree, a song we're going to learn pretty soon. Hear that kind of sad and lonely sound? But minor can also sound wild and exciting, like in the Wild Horses. Let's try playing the D minor pentascale. Can you cover up the white keys starting on D with finger 1, E, F, G, A? Cover these up and let's try to play and name the keys. Go. D, E, F, G, A. Good. Now let's step down, starting on A. Go. A, G, F, E, D. Now let's come to the staff and learn the melody of the Wild Horses. Here on the treble staff, we have the 5 notes of the C major pentascale. C, D, E, F, G. But today we're going to need the 5 notes of the D minor pentascale, like this. Can you point and say the letter names with me? D, E, F, G. Then what's this one? That's right, a step above G is A. These are the 5 notes we'll need for the Wild Horses. But at the first, the melody begins on a D and then it skips up to F. D, F, G, A. These 4 notes make "This is the dance." Okay, let's try those 4 notes with our fingers. So Do will be on D this time. So our finger 1 will play D, and then we'll skip up, step up, step up. This is the dance. Now you try. Great. Now let's go back to the staff to learn the rest of the phrase. Now the next 3 notes are a repeating note. Of the wild. So what are the letter names for these 3 notes? That's right, there are 3 more A's. A, of the wild. And then after that, the notes step down. And running. Then it ends with 2 D's. Horses. 2 repeating D's. Now, let's say the whole melody for this first phrase using steps, skips, and repeats like this. I'll do it once. Start, skip up, step up, repeat, 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 step down, step down, step down, step down, repeat. Now you try. Can you say it yourself while we point? Ready, go. Start, skip up. Now you're on your own. Great job. Now, let's try to say the letter names. My turn first. D, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, D. Now your turn. Point and say the letter names. Go. Great job. Now let's try the entire first phrase of the Wild Horses. You'll remember we start off, this is the dance. Your turn. Once we make it up to finger 5, then we repeat A 3 more times. A. Your turn. Good. And then at that point, the notes step down. Wild and running horses. Your turn. Good. Now let's try the entire first phrase together at the same time while we sing the words. Ready, go. This is the dance of the wild and running horses. Great job. Now let's try it on the piano keys. Okay, let's place our right hand back in the D minor pentascale. I'll play part of the melody and then you play it back. We start with D, F, G, A. Your turn. Good. Then 3 repeated A's after that. A. Your turn. I'd like to remind you that when you're playing your pinky, your finger 5, play near the tip. We have these 3 repeated A's, which should look like this, not like this. A. After the repeated A's, then we step down. A, G, F, E, D, D. Your turn. Good. If we put all those pieces together, it will sound like this. This is the dance of the wild and running horses. Now press pause, and I'd like you to play that phrase 5 times by yourself. When you can do that confidently, press play to go on. Now let's take a look at the score for the Wild Horses. A score is music written out, usually on paper or in a book, with notes and rhythms on the staff. Here's the score for the Wild Horses. Can you tell me what you notice or recognize? First thing you probably noticed was this cool illustration of these wild horses. This was actually drawn by my sister, Rachel Hoffman, who's a great illustrator. Let's take a closer look at these first 2 lines to look at some of the musical symbols. Let's hunt for things that we recognize on these 2 lines. Can you say some things you recognize? You probably saw this treble clef here. Also, you probably noticed some tas and titis, or quarter notes, and eighth notes. Let's try saying the rhythm of this first line using rhythm words. Ready? Say ta for quarter notes or tt for the eighth notes. Try it along with me. Go. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, 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 ta, ta. Great. Now looking down here at line 2, can you tell me if these notes are the same or different compared to line 1? If you said the same, you're correct. If we looked at every single note, they all match exactly the same. So we could say that this first line we'll call A, and we'll also call the second line A because it's a perfect match. Now let's look at line 3 of the Wild Horses. Can you tell me if these notes are the same or different from our A line? If you said different, you're correct. So we're going to call this line the B section of our song. I'll put a capital B over here. Now, let's figure out how these notes move. Can you tell me if they're stepping, skipping, or repeating? We'll say start for the first note. Then what do you see here? That's right, it's a repeat. And then from here to here, is it a step up or a skip up? If you said skip up, you're correct. See, there's this line that passes through, and so we skipped over this line and went from a space to a space. So we skip up, then what? That's right, it's a step down, step down. Let's try the whole thing together now. We'll say start, repeat, skip up, step down, step down. Let's keep going now. Repeat, repeat, skip up, step down, step down. Okay, now let's try to say the rhythm words while we point. We'll say ta for quarter notes and ti for eighth notes. Ready? Try it with me. Go. Ta, ti, ta, 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 ti, ta, ta. Great job. Let's practice moving our fingers for the B section now. We have D, repeat, and then skip up. Now your turn. Good, and that makes stamp on the. So on the word the is where the skip up happens. Then after the, it steps down, steps down. So we have stamp on the ground now. Your turn. Good, and then tramp on the ground now is the same thing. We have D, D, F, E, D. Your turn. Good, now let's try both patterns together. Stamp on the ground now, tramp on the ground now with fingers. Ready, go. Stamp on the ground now, tramp on the ground now. Great job. Let's try it on the piano keys. Once again, come to the D minor pentascale. My turn first. We have D, D, F. Your turn. Good. Now I'll make that a little longer. This time after we go D, D, F, then we'll step down, like this. D, D, F, E, D. Your turn. Good. And then we repeat that same pattern again. D, D, F, E, D. Your turn. Good. Now let's try it with the lyrics. The lyrics go stamp on the ground now, tramp on the ground now. Remember, it's on the word the that you skip up. Go ahead and press pause and try that phrase 5 times. Press play when you're ready to go on. Now let's check out the very last line. Here's line 4 of the Wild Horses. Would you call this an A or a B? That's right, these notes match line A. So I'm going to draw a capital A here. So now we can see that the form of the Wild Horses is actually A, B, A. We call that the form of the piece. It's like a map to tell us what to play when. Now I'm going to show you what it will sound like to put all 4 of those lines together, starting with the first A. Here we go. Now line 2. Now the B section. Last line. Now it's your turn. Press pause and see if you can put all 4 lines together. Press play when you're ready to go on. Nice work learning the Wild Horses today. For your practice this week, I'd like you to try playing wild horses in both your right hand and left hand. For an extra challenge, try with both hands at the same time, or with your eyes closed. But above all, have fun when you practice. Enjoy watching your skills grow and be proud of what you accomplish. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I do indeed like the notes of the D minor pentascale. It's made of such healthy ingredients. What do you mean, healthy? Why, the notes are all natural. Good one.